My name is Crispin Pailing. Over the last 50 days of Eastertide, we have produced daily reflections online. Why did we do this? There were three main reasons. Firstly, Liverpool Parish Church has always kept a daily witness of public prayer with at least 2 services every day. And so this has been a 21st century continuation of our tradition in unusual circumstances. Secondly, during this period when we have been encouraged to stay at home, many people have seen their worlds contract. For some people, this has been a relief, a break from the frenzied nature of life. But for many others, this contraction of life into the purely domestic has been slightly stifling. These reflections have been an opportunity to think more broadly, to be lifted above lockdown and to engage with ideas, images and points of view which might be new to us. In the last few weeks we've heard about art, poetry and music. We've heard reflections on scripture and theology. We've heard from politicians, healthcare workers, professionals in their fields and also amateurs. You will have known some of the names and others will have been new to you. But the third answer to the question about why we have staged this daily series of reflections for Eastertide is that we wanted to be thoroughly incarnational. Some of our reflections have talked explicitly about faith and others have not. But each one of them has been about life and living in the world. Just because you're not talking about Jesus does not mean that you are not living his risen life in the world. And it is our engagement with the world around us, with art, music and beauty, and also with politics, despair, poverty and division that makes us truly Christian. The point of the resurrection is that Jesus overcame the boundary which death put on our existence. And the Bible is explicit in its account of Jesus' bodily appearances to the disciples. Eastertide is not therefore about transcendence, but about an intentional immersion in the affairs of the world. In his reflection on Ascension Day, the Bishop of Liverpool reminded us that the Ascension was not the end of the Incarnation. But we can say the same about Eastertide in general. It has not been an exercise in transcendence, but a glorification of earthiness. And so if you have thought that some of our series of reflections have been rather secular, then I'd say that in fact they have been worldly, with the worldliness of Jesus, who overcame death and came back to dwell among us. On Sunday, we shall celebrate the Feast of Pentecost, which rejoices in the same message. The abiding gift of the Spirit is not about a keepsake when the real thing isn't here, but rather about God's presence with us always. The Spirit is the greatest glorification of earthiness because it is the breath of creation which infuses a world of art and music and beauty, and also seeks wisdom and healing in politics, despair, poverty and division. It is the Spirit which continually draws us back to a recognition that God is in all things, as God dwells in us.